All right, so let's go through this, the rest of our essay. So this is our prompt. This is what we're doing. This is what we've been working on. So let's talk about next the body paragraph. This is what I need for you all to be working on today. And as a matter of fact, you guys can go ahead and complete your whole essay, because I'm going to give you everything that you need in this video. So, body paragraph. You must have a topic sentence. Your first topic sentence for your first body paragraph need to address what you're saying. It's going to be a broad topic about your thesis statement. You must use a minimum of 2 pieces of evidence. And if you use say main matter twice, you will get everything that you need. You must have a concluding sentence, which is a restatement or your rephrased topic sentence. So to use your thesis to create a body paragraph is very simple. Here is my thesis statement. Excuse me, my thesis statement says that the journey was more important to Odysseus' development in humanity because he learns pride can lead to using poor judgment. I'm going to give you all multiple ways to come up with your body paragraph. I'm going to give you multiple ways to come up with your body paragraph. Oh, excuse me. So, the very first way that we could do this is we're going to take our thesis statement and we're going to focus on the points that we want to make regarding our thesis statement. So what point am I trying to say about humanity, or what do I see when I read the text about Odysseus' pride and his poor judgment? So if I turn these things into questions and I answer the questions, then I will have enough information to create a body paragraph. So what I am saying to you is, when you write, ask questions to yourself and answer it. That will help you all write. That will help you all get all the information that you need, and that will help you when you get stuck. Ask a question, answer it, write. Ask, answer, write. All right. So this is another way I did it. This is me thinking through it. I said, well, throughout the Odyssey, what I see is Odysseus finds himself struggling with hubris. Well, hubris is pride. It is this struggle with this excessive pride which causes him to not heed the pleas of returning to their boats after raiding Polyphemus' cave from his men. So this is saying that he was prideful, he didn't listen to his men, and then I asked myself, well, what happened as a result of him not listening to his men? Well, I know the 6 men died. I know that they were trapped and they had to come up with a plan to escape. And then I know that he angered Poseidon because of his attack on Polyphemus. Here's another way you could create your body. Look at your thesis statement. Now, this is similar to the one that I just talked about. This is where you're going to use what you know about the race method. So look at your thesis statement. Step 1. Step 2, pull out the important words in your thesis statement. Step 3, create a how and why question using those words. Step 4, turn those questions into statements and answer it. Turn those questions into statements and answer it. And then you will put your question, well, you will put your answer, your restatement, on your graphic organizer on page 3 under topic sentence 1. How does the author develop the central idea? We're going to skip past that because you are the author. So I'm asking you about this your particular thesis statement that you want to answer. And paragraph 3 will be you asking another question. I know that probably didn't make sense to you, but if you have questions, need me to clarify, text So I'm going to say this again. Take your thesis statement. Look at your thesis statement. Pull out the important words. Turn those into how and why questions. Then answer the questions. Use an erase method. Take the question that you created, turn it into a statement, and answer it. Restate answer. All right? And then you will say mean matter. You say mean matter. Here's my think aloud. So the journey was more important to Odysseus' development in humility because he learns pride can lead to using poor judgment. So I'm going to pull out the word journey. I'm going to pull out the word pride. I'm going to pull out humility. I'm going to pull out using poor judgment. And so then I'm going to create a how question. Well, how does the journey help Odysseus to learn that his pride leads to using poor judgment? So then I'm going to answer that question. Well, the journey provides Odysseus with personal experience, such as losing all of his men. That's my first body paragraph. And he upsets the gods, which are self-inflicted tragedies, all because of his pride. Here's another way. This is the easiest way. So if you want to do this, this is fine. So you're going to take your first body paragraph and you're only going to talk about how the goal or journey helps him to develop. You're going to talk about how the goal or journey helps him to develop. Develop in what? So if I'm saying that the journey helps Odysseus to develop in humility, then my body paragraph is only going to talk about how the journey helps him to develop in humility. Then in my second paragraph, I'm going to ask myself, what did Odysseus learn about humility? So, how did the journey teach Odysseus about humility? So, what lesson did he learn about humility? Again, I say that he learns that pride can lead to using poor judgment. So then my second body paragraph is only going to talk to you as the reader about how on the journey, he learns that pride causes poor judgment. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. So I'm going to go back. So the very first body paragraph is going to talk to me about how he develops as a character. So right here, since we're looking at development, you're going to look at how he was in the beginning episodes, in the middle episodes, and the end. How do we see him change? How do we see Odysseus, for my topic, how do we see Odysseus become more humble from the lotus eaters to Penelope's test? So I'm going to find evidence that shows that he grows in humility from the beginning, middle, end. Then my second body paragraph is going to address the lesson. The journey helps him to learn that pride leads to poor judgment. I hope you understand that. So then, after we do all of that, we're going to say, mean, matter it. So here's my think aloud. How does the journey help Odysseus develop humanity? Well, the journey helps him to develop humanity by having him to experience unbearable suffering. So I'm going to go and I'm going to find evidence, textual evidence that connects to unbearable suffering and humility. I'm going to tell you what that means. I'm going to tell you what that matters. Then I'm going to find some more evidence in a different episode that talks about Odysseus and his unbearable suffering, how the journey helps him to develop in humility through unbearable suffering. So I'm looking for journey, which is experience. I'm looking at how he grows from the beginning to the middle. So the first piece of evidence may show him being, I don't know, cocky and arrogant. Then my second piece of evidence will show him using more wisdom, being more humble, because we're showing how he changes, how he progresses. Then I got my concluding sentence. Had it not been for these experiences, Odysseus, or it needs to have an S right here, Odysseus would have remained in the state of pride. So I got my topic sentence, which comes from this question. I'm going to do say, mean, matter, which is textual evidence. Say, mean, matter, which is textual evidence. All right. That take care of the body. Say, mean, matter. You know you're going to use a direct quote, quotation marks. You're going to tell me where it comes from. You're going to tell me why is it important. You're going to tell me what can you infer. What does this evidence mean? What do you want us to connect to with your reason? How does it connect to your claim? And then matter. Why is it important? I will drop some information in your Google Docs tonight. So say mean matter. This is my example of say mean matter. You could pause this. We talked about this in class. Now, body one. This is my first body paragraph using the very first strategy that I used. We talked about this in class. Counterclaim and rebuttal. Simple. Your counterclaim, you're going to create a topic sentence that addresses the opposing claim, the opposite claim. If you're saying that the goal is more important, then someone else will say, no, it's not the goal, it's the journey. And the journey is important because it provides Odysseus with an opportunity to do A, B, and C. Then you're going to go and give me one piece of evidence. How many pieces of evidence? One. And then you're going to tell me you're going to point out what is wrong with their belief. And then you're going to say, however, my opinion, don't use my, but however, it is the journey that provides Odysseus with A, B, and C. So you're going to restate your opinion right here. Conclusion. So simple. If you have your introduction paragraph done, completed, your conclusion is a inverted introductory paragraph. So your very first sentence will be the restatement of your thesis statement. So very first sentence, restate your thesis statement. Your second, third, and fourth sentence, depending on what you're saying, will be a review of all of your supporting details. You're going to summarize your arguments by paraphrasing how you proved your thesis. So you're going to just go back into your body paragraphs, and then you're going to show me how your topic sentence and that body paragraph and your concluding sentence mesh, if that makes sense. And then without using first person, your last sentence will be what I call the we are the world sentence. You're going to connect it back to your whole essay. You're going to look at your essay hook, because remember I told you I want your hook to relate to journey or goal. And then you're going to relate it to your closing statement, relate your closing statement to your opening. So look at your hook. What does your hook ask the reader to do? How does it draw them in? What connections can they make to the world? And then this last sentence will be a sentence that will have them to reflect on what you wrote and the importance of what you wrote. You're going to give them food for thought. You're going to give them something that they've never thought about in regards to journeys or goals or whatever your thesis statement is asking you all to discuss or argue. Any questions? Text me. You don't text me, I can't answer your questions. All righty. Have a good day.